so we're back out again. We're gonna go and grab some breakfast on our first day in Taipei. Alright, so here we are at Huashan Market, and wow, look at this queue. It stretches all the way around the block. And so, let's see what they're waiting for. So this here is the Huashan Market food court. As you can see, there's tons of stalls around, and there's a lot of seating areas. It's nicely air conditioned. It's quite nice to sit down after you sit in the hot weather for so long waiting for a queue. But on the left here, you see Fuhang soy milk, which is the most popular stall here because it has a Michelin bib gourmand and it's on a Michelin guide. So this is what we're having for breakfast today, Michelin Guide breakfast. So this next one here, we have a pancake, and inside we have some eggs with some green onions, and there's also a, well, they call it donut stick, but I will call it a chap koi. It's like a fried stick of dough, and so they wrap it in this pancake, eat it. And the next one here is about the same thing, except instead of a pancake, they have a normal piece of bread. So it's like a normal sandwich. And on the left here, we have, wow, a long stick. Well, they call it the donut stick, but of course, I would call it the chap koi, as I have said. And this is what they're named after, the Fuhang soy milk. So we have two types. This is the sweet one, it's cold and it has sugar at the bottom. And the next one is the savory or salty one. Inside, I think there's some shrimp, there's some of that donut stick. That's delicious.
This is miso soup.
And the next place here that we're looking at is Huashan 1914 Creative Park. Across the road over there. So here we are at the Huashan 1914 Creative Park. So the Huashan 1914 Creative Park is a multi-use park in Songshan district. And it was opened in 1914 during the Japanese rule as Taihoku Winery. So they made stuff like sake and ginseng wine, and you know, they also produce like rice wine, liquor. And in about, I think, 1987, it was moved into Linkou district due to rapid urbanization. It was actually slated for demolition later on, but several artists and, well, actors, they took over the place. You know, the park was eventually used for things like theater groups, painters, wood sculptors, writers, movie producers, directors, and this is sort of like a place for people to showcase their work and their creative talents. So it was actually quite a quiet day in the park. There were a few exhibits, but they were mostly on construction, so there's not much to see. But we did eventually find some artists who were using the park as a, well, inspiration bit for their paintings. And, you know, that sort of thing is quite cool because, well, people are actually using the park for its intended purpose. So when you walk around Huashan 1914 Creative Park, you can honestly tell how much love was put into the restoration of some of these buildings. It looks good as new and probably as beautiful as the day it was constructed. And if you've been to Japan, you might even notice that some of these buildings bear strong, striking resemblances to some buildings in Japan. So here we are back again. This is Formosa Chang, and it's a really popular chain restaurant here in Taiwan. Let's go see what they serve. So this is what we're having at here in Formosa Chang. This is what they're famous for. So first we have a bowl of luo fan or braised pork rice. As you can see here. And then next thing we have is like a bunch of steamed bacon with barbecue sauce. At least I'll call it barbecue sauce, but it's not really. It's kind of their own special sauce on it. And the next thing here is pork rib soup. So we added on another dish. This is like a pork chop, very crispy looking. You can see the marinade all inside. So we're back here at Shantao Temple. We're gonna go down into Shantao Temple Station MRT. We're gonna go head over to our next destination. guys, so we've just come out of the Breeze shopping mall from the Taipei City Hall station, so we're gonna go head down. So here we are in the Xinyi shopping district, and of course we look right down the way, you'll be able to see Taipei 101. So of course we had to come here. Taipei 101, formerly known as the Taipei Financial Center, the tallest building in Taiwan. It was built to the height of 508 meters or 1,667 feet, and it has 101 stories. And it was actually the tallest building in the world during its unveiling in 2004. However, it was overtaken by the Burj Khalifa in 2009. Taipei 101 is also known to be built to be able to withstand typhoon winds and earthquakes, which are notorious in Taiwan. So if you didn't know, the Xinyi district also has a really well-developed shopping district, and there are tons of malls and department stores littered all over the area. This one we're looking at right now is the ES Light department store. It has Taiwan's largest bookstore, but it also has a lot of shops. And this one here is the Shinkong Mitsukoshi Mall on Songshan Road. We're just walking through it to avoid the sun, but we also see all of the things that are housed within. So after a bit of walking, we have arrived at Ichiran. This is the main branch. There's a second branch in the other mall, but in this mall, this is where the main one is. So let's go eat some top quality ramen. It's a pretty long wait, so we're just gonna sit here for a while, and hopefully soon we'll be able to order. Ichiran Ramen has always been known for serving their iconic tonkotsu ramen. And they are an extremely popular store in Japan, and all their stores, especially the ones outside of Japan, operate under a very simple concept where each customer has their own booth, and in these booths they eat, order, pay, and they never have to interact with the staff, meaningfully at least. And without a moment's notice, the food arrived swiftly. And wow, would you look at that? The tonkotsu ramen has arrived, and here it is: iconic pork broth, char siu, some chili, noodles, and spring onions. It looks absolutely delicious. So when we went into Ichiran, it was nice and sunny, but the moment we got out, it started pouring, and as you can see, us and a few other people around us have decided to bring out umbrellas. And if you come to Taiwan in this season, do bring an umbrella because it will get really wet. Ooh, Taiwan looks so different in the rain, doesn't it? Oh look, it's 101 up there. Whoa. In summary, for the rest of the afternoon, we kind of spent most of our time ducking in and out of shopping malls, enjoying the aircon, but mostly to get out of the rain. It was really wet out there. But this allowed us to, check out the mall life in Taiwan, see what everybody else is doing at this time. There's some pretty nice shopping malls. So we walked out of the shopping center. We are just walking along this link bridge, and this way is to the 101 shopping center, so we're gonna go head that way now. The rain has calmed down quite a bit, so I think I'm going to continue with our normal activities for the day. Can barely see the top of 101 up there. Here's 101 shopping mall right next to it. We just came out from here. Along the front, there's actually a lot of these art exhibition pieces. My mom wanted to see some of these, so yeah, let's go take a look at some of them. So after a bit of messing around in Taipei 101 and around the grounds of Taipei 101, we went out to the bus station and now we are taking a bus to Wufanpu. So after a bit of riding around in the bus, we have arrived here in Wufanpu. Wufanpu is a shopping district mainly specializing in fashion. If you want to come here to shop for, affordable clothes, you can always come here, but just note, it only opens after 1 p.m. So we walked all the way out of Wufanpu, and to my right is actually Raohe Market in that direction. But it's raining kind of heavily now, so we're going to sit down for a while in CityLink Songshan station. Okay, we didn't know CityLink is actually a bunch of shopping malls here in Taiwan. So if you see the word CityLink, you can always associate it with a shopping mall. There's tons of these around with all sorts of shops with different things to sell. So to pass the time and wait for this heavy rain to just, leave us alone, we decided to just sit down, have a drink, rest our feet. We've been walking all day, mind you, and I think it's about time we had a break of our own. So this is what we'll be drinking at Coco. This is boba black milk tea, and would you look at the cup? It is advertising the new Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse movie. Incredibly good movie, by the way. Back out in the rain again. This time we're heading to Raohe Night Market. Down that way. Look at all those bright lights. We're going down there. So just walking down here. Over here is Xinyi Temple, which, if you didn't know, is actually right in front of the entrance to Raohe Night Market. And we've actually been here before. And the last time on trip, we were here. And right in front of Xinyi Temple is actually this stall. This is called Akolowe, and let's see what they sell. So the general gist of Akolowe is that their food, or in these little trees that you can pick from, are braised in this special spice marinade that they specialize in. Alright, so in front of Xinyi Temple here is the Raohe Night Market entrance. Very cool. Let's go have some food. So this is arguably one of Raohe Night Market's most popular stall. Futso black pepper buns, and as the name suggests, they sell Futso black pepper buns. It has been awarded the Bib Gourmand by the Michelin Guide several times, meaning it's both affordable and absolutely delicious. Here's something, we got some polo buns. What's in here? A polo bun with butter inside. A whole slab of butter in a polo bun, freshly baked. And here is the next place we're gonna eat. So all our compiled food up until now, we're gonna eat it here. This is a dessert shop, and we're gonna eat some here.
Yeah. It's a yambo.
Yummy! Whoa, here it is. Yum yum.
Holy shit, that was that. The queen wrap.
Nice. This shop, Yupin Yuan, is famous for their ice and hot tang yuan. So basically, this is the hot one, and this one is the cold one. Basically, tangmian is glutinous balls and usually stuffed inside are sesame and peanut fillings. Give it a try. So that was the ice. What about the mochi? You should give that a try. Oh, is it just frozen stuck in there? Oh dear.
It's cold. The mochi is so good.
So this is the famous food soap that pepper bun from Rahul Night Market. Alright, Dad. What do you think about it? Huh?
Food soap?
Yeah?
food soap 진짜 맛있네.
So Taiwan?
영빙해.
Yeah?
Now I understand. So the next thing on our list is Chentong pork ribs medicinal herb soup, and as the name implies, that is their namesake. And this is also on the list because it has received a bit gourmand by the Michelin Guide. So here is our pork rib soup. You can see the pork rib, huge bone over there, tons of meat on it, inside a really rich broth. Walking and walking until eventually we reached Xiangkou Dou Hua. We actually ate at this shop the last time we were in Rahul Night Market, and we are back to taste one of their most delicious dishes, which is burning grass jelly dessert. Let's go take a look. So this is what we're having at this dessert shop. This here is burning grass jelly dessert. So as you can see, here is the molten grass jelly. It is incredibly thick. You can tell by the surface tension of the dessert itself. And inside, what's inside that? Grass jelly,
Grass jelly?
all the other Taiwan goodies like taro ball, curry, all that.
I see some boba in there too.
Yeah, all the Taiwanese goodies.
Yum. So after we had our dessert, we walked over to Songshan Metro Station, which is situated on the very end of the Green Line. And because it was the first station on the line, and the train just started, there wasn't actually anybody on board when we got on, so we had the whole coach to ourselves. It was a very eerie feeling having the entire coach to ourselves because usually the metro was incredibly packed, and well, this contrasts incredibly with our typical metro experience. And after a bit of traveling on the metro, we finally arrived at Taipei main station. And of course, this is where the video ends because, well, it's time to get some sleep. So, guys, if you enjoyed the video, I hope you come back for day 3 of our Taipei trip. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye!